Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday Tips and Tea with Linnea FNP. Today I'm going to ask you to grab your tea. I've got my uh, chai tea latte today that I love, and I want you to get comfortable and just take a breath with me for just a second. Today we're going to talk about why you feel so tired, and it's not just getting older. Okay, I hear this so often. And I want to start by saying this out loud because so many women need to hear this. If you're feeling tired, like that deep bone level tired, if your body's feeling inflamed, overwhelmed, foggy, or like your energy just isn't what it used to be, you are not failing and you are not broken. And this does not have to be your story. I do hear this every single day from women who are doing all the things: working, caregiving, leading, showing up for everyone else. And yet they're exhausted and wondering, is this just getting older? Is this just my new normal? We have normalized this in the United States, especially as we age and we go through different hormone phases that a woman goes through, especially as we get into perimenopause. This is not normal. Okay. It's not your new normal. I want you to know this does not have to be your story. So, I want to start by covering that fatigue is really a signal to your body. Okay. And here's something really important that I want to reframe for you today. Fatigue is not a character flaw. Fatigue is not laziness. And fatigue is not your body giving up. Okay. Fatigue is a signal. Your body is incredibly smart. And when something is off in your body, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, your body whispers signals to you at first. And then when we don't have time to listen, or we just suck it up like we've been told to do and that this is normal, our body starts talking louder. So instead of asking yourself, what's wrong with me? A better question to reframe this, how I want you guys to look at this, is what is my body trying to tell me? That's how smart our bodies are, guys. That's why I'm here. Because I tell you all the time, when we know better, we can do better. That's why I'm so passionate about this. And I took my pain and turned it into purpose because I was the biggest offender of sucking it up, buttercup, and making excuses and thinking that I just needed to live like that. So, some common root causes of fatigue in women, I want to cover that for you. And the most common root causes I see, especially when I'm talking about women, is chronic stress and cortisol dysregulation. And just think about it. So many women are just constantly living in a state of go, 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 right? They have decision fatigue, compassion fatigue, being pulled from work to home and back again, and they never fully allow themselves rest. So when that stress is constant, the cortisol levels will stay elevated. And over time, as your cortisol levels stay elevated, that leads to exhaustion, poor sleep, weight resistance, anxiety, inflammation, because your body has never been meant to be in that stressful fight or flight or freeze 24/7, right? That's to save us in an emergency in life or death, not to run on 24/7 with this cortisol overload that is part of so many women in the United States. The majority of the women in the United States, even, men as well, we are just on cortisol overload. Another reason is gut dysfunction. You guys know gut health is my jam. And the gut is not just about your digestion, it impacts your energy, your hormones, your mood, your immune system, and inflammation. So when your gut is inflamed or it's out of balance, remember I tell you guys it's dysbiosis, where you have more of the unhealthy gut bacteria than the good gut health bacteria. Your body then has to work harder than than what normally does, just to function and try to keep everything in homeostasis or balance. And it's exhausting. So some of the signs I've told you before, but we'll reiterate that your gut may be contributing to your fatigue is if you have bloating, brain fog, your energy is crashing. You hit that wall in the afternoon. I know I used to do that all the time. Food sensitivities and inflammation. Also blood sugar balance or blood sugar imbalance actually. And that's a big one. That can lead to fatigue. Skipping meals. Now, I do like intermittent fasting, but it depends on what you're eating, your personal health conditions, and your individual needs. Everyone's different. So, you know, I would say work with your healthcare provider who knows you best to see if intermittent fasting is something you should be doing if that's what you're trying to do when you skip a meal. But when we talk about blood sugar imbalances, we're talking about people skipping meals, living on coffee. That used to be me, not eating enough protein, eating those quick carbs that don't balance your blood sugar, that spike and bottom you out. But so those blood sugar highs and crashes look like mid morning or afternoon fatigue, irritability, maybe you're hangry, shakiness, brain fog, needing caffeine to survive the day. Your body and your cells need steady fuel, not those spikes and crashes. That's really important. And that used to be me. That's not my story any longer. And I've learned how to thrive through this journey I've been on for almost 6 years, and now what I'm sharing with you. And I highly recommend you get with your personal health care provider for your own individual needs, but I'm also happy to do a wellness consult if you have questions specific to yourself. You can reach out to me. Now, the fourth one is chronic inflammation. Inflammation is like a low grade fire that's burning in your body, and it can come from stress, poor sleep, your gut being imbalanced, that gut health imbalance, processed foods like those ultra processed foods that make up 70 to 80% of our daily food intake in the United States. Also, hormone shifts can cause chronic inflammation. So, when your body's inflamed, your energy is getting diverted for survival, not to thrive and vitality. And so, next, I want to cover why pushing harder actually makes it worse. And here's where so many women get stuck, right? This is what we do. We feel tired, so we push harder. We drink more caffeine. We add more workouts. We restrict food. We try to power through. But healing doesn't happen through force, guys, okay? It happens through support. Your body does not need to be punished, it needs partnership. So, hope is really one of the first steps forward. And so, when I talk about hope, you do not have to fix everything at once. You do not need to be perfect. Healing starts with awareness. Remember, I always say, and I said it today, when we know better, we can do better. So just understanding why you feel the way you do is the first step towards feeling better. You can make one small change, one small habit, one moment of listening to your body instead of ignoring it. Small awareness leads to small shifts, and small shifts lead to really big changes over time. It's that small daily habit that compounds over time, just 1% better each day, and it compounds over time. And then you'll be thriving and feel like, how did you not do this sooner? Like I said to myself, because I know how you're feeling because I've been there, and I know how to get you to the other side. And there is hope, and that does not have to be your story. So, if any part of this resonated with you, if you're tired of being tired, if you've been telling yourself this is just how it is, or this is normal, or I need to suck it up, buttercup, please know there's hope. You do not have to live this way. You can thrive. So, I'd love for you guys to drop a heart if this hit home for you or spoke to you in some way. And also comment tired, and I'll share where you can reach out, and we can link up if you'd like more information. You're not alone. You don't have to figure this out by yourself. Okay. I'm so grateful I get to walk this journey with each of you. Thank you for your valuable time today. Please, just a friendly reminder, this is for educational purposes only, and it is not meant to replace any guidance given to you by your personal healthcare provider who knows you best. And it is also not to diagnose, treat, or prevent illness. This is truly for educational purposes. But if you would like to connect with me, please comment, reach out, and we can link up and do a wellness consult. Thanks, guys. Please be safe and take care.